Welcome to the Gadget 360 show, and I think once again, I love the fact that we call our show the Gadget 360 show and prove it every week, because look at the kind of stuff we've got out here. We've got an incredible watch, of course, you've guessed it, the Apple Watch 6. We've got an incredible laptop, Asus. We promised you that we'll show you more from the Asus portfolio. We've got it out here. We've got the James Dyson Awards. Yes, a company known for innovation actually now rewards and awards people who can come up with innovative products. We'll take you through that. And we've got something which was rumored that Apple would be the first one to come out with. They didn't, but a company called Rager has done it. A multi-device wireless charger. Yes, 3 devices on this can be charged simultaneously. It's a thin little thing. Very surprised at the kind of stuff that they've been able to come out with. Our top story is the Apple Watch 6. Yes, Series 6 is here. And you know, they've done some really good stuff. You know, the part that I'm completely shocked by, even though I predicted it last year when Series 5 came out, you can't call this a watch anymore. This is becoming a medical device on your wrist. The kind of stuff this watch can do, the kind of things they've added on, for instance, even the watch face right now that is on right now is so incredibly well done. This has become a very, very sophisticated product, and we'll take you through everything about this, including why I call it a medical device on your wrist. But here's a little tease. We haven't even taken the plastic off this. We'll do it together next week. We're doing the Apple Watch Series 6 this week. We'll do the Apple Watch SE, which is a lot of you have been asking us for again and again and again. They call it heavy in features, light on price. I think that's the tagline from the ad. Well, we'll tell you next week whether that's true. Right now, the Apple Watch 6.
The mountain of smartwatches on offer is getting taller every day. But there is one watch that sits on top of that mountain. We're talking about the Apple Watch. Apple recently announced not one but 2 Apple Watches. The Series 6 Apple Watch and a more budget-friendly Apple Watch SE. However, today on the show we have the 44mm variant Series 6 for the review. Apple has added some exciting features to its already near-perfect product. Do these additions make it better? Let's find out. In the box you will find the watch, its straps and the charging dock. The design language of the watch is similar to previous years, a rounded metal body with a square display that curves into the device itself. Just like the previous generations, you get the rotating crown on the right side of the watch, which can be used to scroll through the expansive menu. This design has been around for a while now, but it definitely doesn't look outdated. The watch with us is the blue color, which is one of the 2 latest colors offered by Apple, the other being the product red. The Apple Watch is also available in Apple's signature space grey, silver and gold color as well. The 1.78-inch display on the 44mm variant is a beautiful OLED panel. The display is 2.5 times brighter than the one on previous variants, and we didn't face any problem using it in bright sunlight as well. The display on the Series 6 is super responsive, and we were able to glide through the menu scotch-free. Now, the Series 6 is essentially an iPhone on your wrist. There's hardly anything that you cannot do with this amazing piece of technology. You can talk to Siri and set your reminders. You can access your camera and click pictures. You can even use a calculator. Isn't that handy? But the fun doesn't stop there. The variant with us was LTE enabled, and this allowed us to take phone calls using the Apple Watch. The call quality was surprisingly crystal clear even in a bad network area. When we turned the watch around, we saw that the sensors on the Series 6 had been rearranged. Apple has made some space for a blood oxygen sensor, which has become a desired addition in a flagship smartwatch. We tested the SpO2 monitor on the Series 6 and it worked just fine. We also see the heart rate monitor, which combined with the workout modes becomes very useful to track your progress. We use different workout modes like high intensity training and running with the Apple Watch, and it showed the data very clearly to us. With these essential features on board, the Series 6 is very well equipped. With the announcement of the Apple Watch, we also saw the release of the watchOS 7, which is the latest operating software for the Apple Watch. The watchOS 7 adds and improves on a lot of features of this already near-perfect product. We see the addition of a new sleep mode in the Apple Watch, using which you can track your sleep patterns. watchOS 7 also gives you access to a wide menu of watch faces that you can select using your iPhone. The watch faces are also highly customizable, giving the user an unprecedented control on aesthetics. Thanks to the new Series 6 chip, the battery optimization of the Apple Watch has significantly improved. Charging the Apple Watch is also easier now because it supports fast charging. It takes about 90 minutes to completely charge the watch now, which is not bad for the performance on offer. Overall, the upgrades made in the latest Apple Watch provide a very wholesome experience to the user. If you are someone who hasn't upgraded their Apple Watch for a while, you can definitely consider the Series 6. However, we would like to mention that if you have a more recent Series 5, then you don't really need to upgrade since a lot of the major features will come to you with the OS 7. The variant that we reviewed is for a whopping 52,999 rupees, but don't worry, the Series 6 comes in a smaller 40mm variant as well that starts at 40,999 rupees.
So ASUS enters the business, enterprise and corporate market for all kind of products, including laptops. We did one last week. We're doing one more just as promised this week. And this one is priced much lower. A real workhorse, incredible number of ports, has a graphic processor different from the actual main processor. Great keyboard. It's got all the kind of stuff that you expect from a business laptop. But it's actually a very powerful little machine. So let's take a look at this, the ASUS P2.
Lately, ASUS has been on a spree of announcements. They have made it clear that their eyes are set on the commercial PC market in India. After all, it makes up for about 40% of the market. We recently reviewed the ASUS B9 ExpertBook laptop, which really impressed us. Today, however, we have another business laptop by ASUS, the ExpertBook P2. With ASUS claiming it to be one of the best business laptops in the market today, we have got some high expectations from it. So does it really live up to its expectations? Stay with us to find out. At the first glance, we have to say, unlike the B9, P2 actually looks the part. What we are trying to say here is that it looks like a business laptop. On holding it for the first time, the thought becomes concrete because there is definitely some weight to it. No surprises there. Since the P2 was developed specifically for enterprise use, which essentially means that we should expect longevity from the laptop, the P2 does not disappoint. The P2 supports an aluminium alloy lid, which makes it a solid product. The P2 actually differs military-grade robustness, which means that the laptop can be used day in and day out. The company claims that the lid has been tested to last over 20,000 times, and that's very impressive. The hinge on the P2 opens up to 180 degrees, which is essentially for a business laptop. We do miss the uplifting hinge here from the B9. The P2 comes with a 14-inch backlit LED panel which has a screen resolution of 1920 by 1200 pixels. The 14-inch panel has been fitted into a 13-inch chassis. The 60Hz anti-glare panel was great and we didn't see any lag whatsoever during our testing. The screen is bright enough to look at it in bright daylight. Now, what is a business laptop without a keyboard to support your heavy-duty typing sessions? It takes some time to adjust to the keyboard on P2, however, once you get used to it, it's a smooth sail from there on. The keypad is backlit and the brightness can be adjusted using shortcuts, which is a great feature to have. You can also adjust the screen brightness, the volume using the keyboard shortcuts. There is also a shortcut for the snipping tool. Packing the complete punch of a business laptop, you see a sense point on the keyboard as well. ASUS has experimented with the trackpad. The push buttons are placed on top of the trackpad, unlike the usual bottom. This might take some time to adjust as well, but it's not a deal breaker for sure. As a professional, video calls do take a large part of your day given the situation. P2 comes with an HD camera that supports recording in 720p quality. It's not the best quality in the market, but it gets the job done. There is a manual shutter on the webcam which can be adjusted by the user, taking care of the privacy concerns. The ASUS ExpertBook P2 with us is powered by the 10th Gen Intel Core i7 processor with 8GB DDR4 RAM and 512GB SSD storage. Running Windows 10 Pro, the ExpertBook P2 also packs the NVIDIA GeForce MX 110 graphic card. Now, the presence of a graphics card doesn't make it a gaming laptop, but yes, you can play some light games on this laptop in between your busy schedule and meetings. Thanks to the latest gen of Intel processors, the Asus P2 performs blazingly fast and we didn't face any lag in our testing. The connectivity options on P2 are more than useful for 2020 standards. You get a micro SD card reader, USB 2.0, two USB Type-A ports, USB-C ports, and surprisingly both a VGA port and an HDMI port. It's been a while we saw that combo. Asus P2 is a beast in the battery department. It lasted 9 hours in our testing with heavy to moderate use. The work comprised of mostly emails, writing content, attending video calls, and working on Excels. This is very impressive for its category. We have to nitpick here. We would have felt better if there was some sort of fast charging option, but then again, we are nitpicking. The Asus ExpertBook P2 shows that a lot of thought went behind making this product. It checks all the boxes to become a perfect enterprise machine. The variant we have with us costs 96,900 rupees and is an absolute bang for the buck. But don't worry, Asus has multiple variants on offer for the P2 starting at a price of as low as 58,000 rupees.
And now something very exciting, the James Dyson Awards. Yes, Dyson, the company that keeps coming up with very innovative products. It's known as the Apple of all other things of consumer appliances, actually has an award. They start off from various countries. This time they were here in India also. And winners from here go on to an international contest. So you go on to win a global award. It means you really came up with something very innovative. So lots of things to tell you about it. The Indian awardees have already been announced, but I'm going to first take you through and introduce you to the jury.
Design is in everything we see, do, and touch. The smartphone you hold, the chair you sit on, everything is meticulously crafted. One company that takes design and innovation very seriously, we are talking about Dyson. From the design of a simple hair straightener to their air purifiers, from floor care to personal care, Dyson leaves no stone unturned with their unique and functional design and technology. Their award-winning design has been taken one step ahead with their very own James Dyson Awards. The competition first threw its doors open 15 years ago, and the iconic inventor contributed over £1 million to boundary-breaking concepts. It's a worldwide competition where people from 27 countries can participate. Each national winner receives £2,000 and the international winner receives £30,000 prize money and £5,000 goes to the winner's university. This year in India, the top 3 contenders wowed the jury with their designs. Let's find out what the jury was looking for when they were judging an unprecedented number of entries.
One of the aims of the James Dyson Award is to give exposure to innovation that can make people's life better and also help these innovators kickstart their business. Therefore, along with technical innovation, I was interested in looking at the social impact and commercial viability of the design.
4 things which we were looking at in the entries which came this year. The first one was originality in terms of how original the idea was. The second thing we looked at was in terms of the design process, the process of end-to-end arriving from idea to product. The third thing we looked at is in terms of the scalability, the social impact, the climate impact which the idea would have. And the fourth thing, the last thing we looked at was in terms of scalability. Would this idea truly evolve into a product which is globally applicable?
This included Project Drishti, the runner-up this year. This is a simple project that enables the blind to identify currency notes. This happens in 2 steps. There is a template to open out and then add a currency note inside of it. If it fits on the first step, it is a 10 rupee note and so on. A simple yet ingenious way to help the visually impaired. Another project called Cube also helps the visually impaired. It looks like it's named and it can help the visually impaired to learn, type and read Braille and navigate through spaces seamlessly by leveraging the power of smartphones. The Braille-like device will pop up, helping users read messages with ease. An ingenious design, this was the other runners-up selected. The national winner this year was Earth Tattva from NID in Ahmedabad. This is a project that uses 70% recycled ceramics to make tableware. This can drastically reduce the carbon footprint, and recycled ceramics are around 35% stronger. We had our eye out for the James Dyson Awards this year and can't wait to see who takes that coveted international prize.
And by the way, the third jury member was me. And what I was looking for was absolutely and totally something that was relevant in today's world. Let's take a quick break right now on the Gadget 360 show. When we come back, a whole lot more. And now we'll move on to this, the Rager Arc 1350. Very, very interesting. You know, a lot of us are moving to wireless devices, and the problem is that we have quite a few of them, and for each of them you have to have a separate charger. So let's say you actually have one earphone or earbuds, you have another which is maybe a watch, and third which is a phone. What do? Get 3 different wireless chargers? Or you could actually go and get this thin little thing. I'm really surprised how thin it is. Very nicely built. Also looks like it's a professional little thing. So the best part of it is that you can put 2 phones or 2 devices and an Apple Watch, and all 3 actually charge wirelessly and simultaneously.
With technology being innovated rapidly every day, we are seeing more and more products being developed keeping the convenience of the customer in mind. Today on the show, we have a product which was developed keeping that agenda at the forefront. We are talking about the Rager Arc 1350. The Rager Arc 1350 is lightweight, easy to use and very portable wireless charging mat. The Arc 1350 gets full points for its design. But is it practical enough? Let's find out. In the box, we find the mat itself and 2 cables, USB A to C and a Type-C cable. The USP of the Arc 1350 is that it can charge up to 3 devices in one go. The 2 coils on each end of the Arc are meant to charge both Apple and Android devices. You can also charge 2 earphones on either end. Both the ends have anti-slip silicone holes which maintain a tight grip on the phones. 1350 does support charging with cases on as well. The coil in the middle of the mat is dedicated only to an Apple Watch. Why this partiality, Rager? Getting down to business, the Arc 1350 is a great wireless charger. The charge output on the Rager Arc is automated and it has 4 charging modes, which switches according to the device you are charging. The Arc 1350 also has advanced safety features on it like temperature control and short circuit protection, which is quite impressive for its size. So should you buy the Rager Arc 1350? If you're someone who wants a practical and portable wireless charger, then at 2,999 rupees, it is a great option.
And before we close the show, I have to tell you what's happening next week. It's literally a smartwatch special. 2 from Honor, the Honor Watch ES, a very interesting one. And then this, my favorite, the Honor Watch GS Pro. May well be the best ruggedized smartwatch with a staggering 25-day battery life. And then the one you've all been waiting for, the Apple Watch SE. People say it's literally been made for India, but is it any good? Do join me next week.